Hey everyone, this is Veronica. Welcome to my daily scent of the day video. My fragrance today is one that I have had a love-hate relationship with. I'm inspired to try it again after watching Ange at 50 Cents UK mention it on one of her videos and thought, you know what, maybe I need to bring that back out and give it another go. Hi Ange, thanks for the inspiration. It is Cabotine by Parfums Gres. This fragrance, so much to say about it, I'm not even sure where to start. First of all, you can see that the liquid in here is fairly dark. I have had this fragrance probably for close to 20 years, and about 15 or 16 years ago, I wore it to a very important job interview where I was really eager to have the job. It would have launched me into a different career path. I put on my best suit, looked really great, had my hair done, my makeup on. I prepped for the interview for days and days and wore this perfume lightly, but wore it. And I got the job. So I have that good association with this perfume as being my power interview perfume. However, today I know better and would not dare wear this to any interview anywhere for any job. Let's first start with the fact that the word cabotine means actress. So this perfume, according to the perfumer, is supposed to represent the many facets of a woman or the many sort of faces that she wears as she interacts in the world, which I think is a really fascinating concept. We all know what that means. And you have those people that are like, oh, I'm the same everywhere all the time. That's fine. But then the rest of us know that to navigate through the world properly, there are ways that you are to behave in different environments and with different kinds of people for different ends. That doesn't mean being fake or phony, of course. It just means that there's a time and a place for every behavior, every way of being. So I appreciate that about the name of this perfume. I laugh because the top just looks like a bunch of something green to me, but lately here on YouTube, people have been calling it the broccoli top. I'm looking at you, Claire Smith. And it does. Now I can't unsee that. It looks like a top of broccoli, but it also looks like five-leafed clovers at the top here. Anyway, this fragrance is very affordable. I believe it's under $30, maybe even in the $20 range US. And one thing I find fascinating about this fragrance is the note composition. Now, if you go to the website, the Parfums Gres website, you get a very different note structure. It's a much more subdued set of notes. You get like three at the top, three in the middle, and three at the bottom. However, if you go to good old Fragrantica or base notes, first of all, you get different notes on both of those, Fragrantica and base notes, and it's a much more complex structure. So I don't know who's getting notes from where. It remains a mystery to me how all of that comes to be, why one website says something so dramatically different from the other, and where they get it from. I don't know. Perhaps this was reformulated at some point, and the note structure that you see refers to an old formulation, whereas the Parfums Gres website has a new formulation. I'm not sure. This is definitely an old formulation. It's a bottle from when it first came out. And I'm going to read to you all of these crazy notes that show up on Fragrantica at the top. My goodness, you get coriander, orange blossom, black currant, cassia. By the way, I learned just today that cassia is the leaf or buds of the black currant. Plum, tangerine, and peach. Oh, going back to that cassia, the other thing I learned when I clicked on it, if you're on Fragrantica, you can actually click on those notes and it'll take you to another page that tells you something about those notes. I just learned that maybe a month ago. Anyway, cassia has a cat piss smell. It literally says that on Fragrantica. You can't make this stuff up, guys. I'm not making this up. It says it's reminiscent of cat piss. This doesn't smell like cat piss at all, by the way. Okay, moving along. Middle notes. Tuberose, you know I love tuberose. Hyacinth, Carnation, which shows up very prominently in Eternity. And now that I saw carnation in here, I'm thinking, yes, this has something in it, a little vibe that reminds you slightly of Eternity. Other notes: ginger, jasmine, ylang ylang, freesia, rose, iris, heliotrope, and violet. That's just the middle alone, and let's get to the base. Vetiver, black currant, civet, which is an animalic note, another pee smell. Musk, sandalwood, cedar, amber, tonka bean, vanilla. My goodness. My goodness, Cabotine. Did you leave any notes out here? So this fragrance, the reason that it's a love-hate, first of all, it is very, very strong, incredibly potent. A spray or two will last you through the evening, will project very far. This is that fragrance that fills the entire room and the next room over too, and it leaves a tremendous scent trail behind you. So, people call this a spring and a summertime fragrance. I think it's too much for very hot weather. I think it probably is best for cool-ish to warm weather or cold weather. To me, this is a fragrance that shines in the winter because it is so strong. It can really withstand that super cold weather or the beginning of spring or into the fall. The dead of summer and 100-degree weather, I'm not sure I would reach for this. No, in fact, I am sure I would not reach for this. I think it would be entirely too much. So after all of that, we are 7 minutes in and I still haven't told you what I think this smells like. This opens up super green to me. Really bright, effervescent, lovely green smell, very powerful right in the opening. As it settles down, it becomes more floral, but keeps some of that green aspect. It is a very juicy, luscious floral, white floral mostly, with ginger mixed in. It has a little bit of spiciness to it. And it's bright. It remains bright and in your face for the majority of the fragrance. I don't know that it ever really sort of settles down into something subdued. So, I'm sorry, my voice is a little froggy this morning. I apologize. This is one of those fragrances that can be very lovely if lightly applied and deadly. I'm talking deadly nuclear bomb status if you apply too much. So just be careful and do a couple of sprays. It is a very happy fragrance. I love that Ange said that this has happy memory associations for her. She remembers spraying it on and feeling youthful. And I think she mentioned like hanging out with friends with this on. So she has that memory association, which I love. For me, it's that power interview smell. Again, would never wear it to an interview today. No, 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 no. I was way too bold back then. But it is a very just bright and happy and green and floral fragrance. Pungent, very pungent. I have trouble associating this with something like I usually have some sort of analogy. It smells like something, and it's hard for me to do that. Here, let me sniff this again. Yeah, it's almost like if I had to combine a couple of perfumes, I would probably combine something like Eternity with a little bit of Flora Botanica, with maybe even like a a, a Dolce Garden. Like if you smashed all those three together, you might get something like Cabotine, that really light, bright scent of Eternity, the greenness of Flora Botanica, and then the florals of something else, some other perfume that's very florally and sweet. There you go. That's Cabotine, not for the faint of heart, but definitely one that's worth trying out if you have a little bit of adventurous nature when it comes to perfumes and you'd like a little bit of a powerhouse on your body that you could either wear subtly or completely amp up to like 1,000 times with a few more sprays. Y'all have a great day today. Take care, friends.